Hey guys, Mike from CCTV Camera Pros here. In this video, I want to talk about some solutions for a barn camera or a security camera system for a detached garage. These situations pose the same challenge. Basically, the idea is that you have a home and some type of detached structure like a barn or a garage. And we've helped a number of customers with barns and detached garages over the years to enable them to put one or more cameras on that detached structure and to be able to record the cameras back at the DVR that's installed in their home. So the idea is that your house is where your internet connection is, and that's where the recorder is going to be installed. But you want to keep an eye on the animals in your barn or your car that's in the detached garage or workshop or whatever you have going on out there. So how can you do it? Two main factors. Do you have any power in your barn or garage? And can you run cable, network cable between the house and the barn? Because the solutions here I'm talking about use IP cameras. So number one, let's say you have both power available in your barn and you can run network cable, Cat 5e or Cat 6 cable, and it's less than 328 feet, the cable run between the house and the barn. Because 328 feet is the limit for network cable and for power over Ethernet. If you have power at the barn and you can run cable, you can run a single Cat 5e or Cat 6 cable from the router, the network router in your house to a PoE switch in your barn. And that PoE switch then can power one or more IP cameras that you install in or outside of your barn. So for example, if you install a 8-port PoE switch in the barn, you can hardwire up to 8 IP cameras back to that network switch and then use the network uplink port to connect the network back to your house. So the Cat 6 cable from the uplink port in the PoE switch back to your network router at the house. Okay, so that's best case scenario in my opinion, that you have both power and you can run cable to the barn. Now, let's say that you don't have any power in your barn, but you're still 328 feet or less to run cable from the house to the barn. Then what you could do is you can run a Cat 5e or Cat 6 cable, one for each IP camera in the barn, because each IP camera at the barn is going to be hardwired back to the NVR at your house to one of the PoE ports on your NVR. And all of our Viewtron IP camera NVRs have built-in PoE, so you could just hardwire each camera back to the recorder. But in this case, being that you don't have power at the barn to power a PoE switch, you have to run one cable for each camera. So if you have 4 cameras, you have to run 4 network cables. Okay, option number 3, let's say you have power in your detached barn or a garage, but you cannot run cable or the distance is greater than 328 feet. You can use one of our point-to-point wireless bridges. You have a wireless antenna on the barn pointing back at the house, and you have a wireless antenna on the house pointing towards the antenna at the barn. That creates a wireless bridge between the house and the barn. So now the house and the barn are basically networked together. On the barn side, you put a PoE switch, you hardwire all of the cameras in your barn to the PoE switch, and then hardwire the uplink port of the PoE switch to the wireless antenna, and now the signal from all those IP cameras can travel over that wireless bridge back to the house, and the IP camera NVR can connect to all those IP cameras basically over Wi-Fi using that wireless bridge. And we've helped a lot of customers that have barns with this solution. it's really applicable to any detached structure. Anytime you want to wire a main structure to another detached structure, and those structures are not networked together, you can use one of our point-to-point wireless bridges. They work great, but I do only recommend them as a last resort if you cannot hardwire the network cable. Wireless is always a last resort option. Guys, once you have this connected, you can use any of our Viewtron IP cameras with AI software built in. So even if you're using any of these solutions, the wireless bridge or the hardwired solution, you could take advantage of all the AI software object detection that's built in, the human object detection, the facial recognition. That way you can trigger alerts if you have anyone that is entering those areas when you don't want them to, and you could be alerted. Being that the NVR is back at the house, you can keep an eye on all of the animals in your barn live from a TV at your house. And if you have internet access back at the house location, of course, you could set up remote internet access so you could keep an eye on all your animals remotely over the internet using like the Viewtron app for iPhone and Android, or the desktop software for Windows and Mac. Guys, if you have any questions related to the barn camera solutions I discussed in this video, or anything related to video surveillance equipment, feel free to reach out to me directly. I can be reached at mike@viewtron.com. If you want to learn more about these solutions that I'm talking about in this video, please visit www.viewtron.com/barn. Thank you for watching.